everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and this is my stitching corner. It's been a while, well over a month since my previous video, and a lot of you already know why that is. I took a break. I stepped back for my mental health. I took a step back from a lot of things, actually, for my mental health. And now I'm feeling a lot better. I still have not been in to see a counselor yet, but that is coming in 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. So hopefully once I get into some counseling and that, things will get even better. But I did take a step back from posting on Instagram, like my stories I still kind of did, but I took a step back from posting updates about my stitching. And I obviously took a big step back away from doing Flosstube. I did for a while stop stitching, but I've been back to it now and doing my best to get as much done as I can. What else has gone on? I quit my job. I still work with the horses, but I left my job at the racetrack because I, at the time, thought that, you know, letting go of like one extra thing on my plate was probably going to be what was best for me. And in all honesty, I think that leaving a job where I was working for a friend was the right call, because a few days after I left the job, I felt like a whole entire weight had been lifted, and some of my anxiety and stress kind of solved itself. But there was still quite a bit there, and I was having a lot of like really stressful episodes of like really heavy crying and like just freaking out and feeling like just absolute garbage. So, but a lot of those feelings have kind of gotten a lot better. And one of the main reasons why that is because we adopted a puppy. Her name is Ahsoka. I named her that after we adopted her. And she is what we believe to be a German Shepherd cross, and she is very sweet. She's about 14 weeks old now, or about, honestly, like she's like 3.5 months, I guess. So, and she's doing really, really well, and all of our cats hate her. But they'll get used to her. They'll all get used to each other and it'll be okay. But yeah, we got a puppy, which is strange because I had been looking for months, since we moved into the house, for a dog. And Larry said, you know, we can't really have a dog until our friend moves out and blah, 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 which I was like, yeah, I know. But then I was still looking, and then none of them really seemed to like fit either like what I wanted or what would work in our home, since we have 3 cats. So it was literally when I started having these breakdowns, these big meltdowns, that I found her on their website. And then I decided that I was going to call the shelter and talk to them about taking her. And so, actually, no, I think it was like a week or 2 after I was starting to have these really bad episodes, but like my depression was really bad at this point. And so we just decided to go to the shelter and pick her up. So you go through the whole application process, and I was kind of like nervous about it. I was like, oh my God, are they going to say no because we don't have a fenced in yard and yada, yada, yada. But apparently like everybody gave us a glowing reference. And so yeah, we were able to pick her up like 2 days after we applied together. So yeah, it was really great, and having her has been great. I've had a lot of early mornings and a lot of interrupted sleep, as you do when you have a puppy, right? But she's been really great, and she absolutely loves me, and I absolutely love her. And yes, she gets on my nerves sometimes, but she's a puppy with way too much energy. And yeah, it's just an adjustment, right? So we're all doing good, we're all getting along, and she's enjoying her new home. So yeah, you'll look forward to seeing her in future videos, because I'm sure once she gets a little bit older, I'll let her in my office and things like that. Like right now, she's just only allowed upstairs. The basement is a no dog zone right now. So yeah. So I will put a clip in of her at the end of the video. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have been up since like 5 a.m. I'm so tired. I'll put a video of her in at the end of the video so you guys can meet her. And then also I'm putting in a tour of my office, even though you're like kind of getting a little bit of, you're getting a peek. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's been going on and why I had to stop Flosstube for a while. Because I quit the other job and everything, I think, oh god, oh, excuse me. Because I quit the other job and I'm only focusing on the horses and my home, yeah, it's just been way better. So I feel a whole lot less stressed, and it's great. So we're back to Flosstube, and hopefully it's going to be back to like normal, hopefully maybe weekly videos, depending on how much stitching the puppy will let me get done. So I have had 3 new starts since my last video, when I only said I was going to do 1. Apparently I can't count. Apparently I don't know what 1 is. Anyhow, yeah, I started 3 new projects. One I did start when we were on vacation in Ontario, and yeah, oh, again, and backpedaling just a bit. We think some of the reasons why I was having like these breakdowns and everything, and the stress levels were really high, was that trip to Ontario was very difficult for me because you know, we had my father's celebration of life and everything, so that was, you know, and I don't think it really struck me until I got home. So anyway, yeah, so 3 new starts, because why not? Because at the rate I'm going, I'm gonna end up like Jen, the caffeinated crafter, who I have just started watching recently. And I have to say, Jen, your videos are amazing, and I love them so much. So if you have not checked out Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, skedaddle on over to her channel and go watch her. She's great, and she's got like so many different projects. It's amazing. Just amazing. And I'm so glad that she's kept me company over the last couple of weeks, because I've been like kind of going back and watching her 6-hour freaking whip parade. 6 hours? Yeah, it was like a whole day of television. And I don't even think I'm, to be honest with you, I don't even think I 100% finished watching that. I kind of like I would start it and then I'd have to stop it and then I'd have to try to pick it back up again. And anyway, yeah, she's amazing. So I will link her down below if you have not yet found her out. So yeah, I am super itchy right now because the mosquitoes where we live are a nightmare right now, because it's been so wet here and they're everywhere. I'm covered in mosquito bites. You see this? Look at, they're everywhere. They are little vampires and I hate them. Because even when you spray yourself with bug spray, that don't work. Okay. So, let us start with new starts first. Alright. So, as you guys know, I did have a single planned start since my whip parade, which was the last video that I did, my mid-year whip parade. And so, and that was supposed to be my Heaven and Earth Designs chart, which was Mini Cunning by Sherry Gearhart. And so if you have not seen that one, this is what it looks like. Oh, we're gonna have some glare. There we go. That's what it's gonna look like. And I am stitching this for my daughter. And she's a Slytherin, so yeah, I'm stitching this for her. And this is being stitched 1/1 on 25 count, easy count Lugana in the Royal Rose method, which I have loved doing on this project. It just doesn't work for my tiger family, unfortunately. So this is where I am on that. So that's a fairly decent start. And I started this last month, so, you know, and I went through a stretch there where I wasn't feeling like stitching. I don't think I stitched for like a whole week, especially like when we first got the puppy. I was like way too busy dealing with her, and so yeah, I just didn't have energy to stitch. But I was working on this column this morning, so that is about almost 1,600 stitches. And this is the edge of the first page. So really liking this, and I'm finding that the Royal Rose works a lot better for a pattern that doesn't have as much confetti in it as a max color. So if you're going to do Royal Rose, don't do it on a max color. That is the lesson. That's the lesson that I learned very quickly. All right, and then the next new start was a small dimensions kit that I started when I was in Ontario. This is Hummingbird Duo, and I'm stitching this for my mother-in-law because hummingbirds are her favorite. And unfortunately, I just didn't get that far. Oh, this should be okay. That's where I am on this one. So just a little bit on the hummingbird, some of the plant. So, I mean, this is, oops. So I guess, you know, for starting it on vacation, that's not bad. So, yeah, I don't know if this little book is going to help at all. Oh, it might. Yeah. So, it's a cute little stitch and I enjoy it. I just, you know, I like to start all the things and then I lose all the steam to do the things. But I have a new plan in place on how to stitch my stuff. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Alright, and then my last new start that I did is my Lennart kit, and it's my Marjolaine Baston's The Four Seasons, which my lovely friend Christine at Calico Whimsy has since done, like, years ago already. But it's kind of fun now. I can like chat her up while I'm stitching on this and we can talk about it. So yeah, this was a very impromptu start. Let's get some thread out of the way, and that is where I am on that. So obviously I've started on the bench and I've stitched a little bird. Look at the little bird, isn't he cute? And yeah, I'm really enjoying this stitch quite a bit. And this is being stitched on a 28 count even weave that came with the kit. And this kit's from like 2002, so it's fairly old. But yeah, I really enjoy this a lot. It's a really fun stitch, and the colors are like really kind of interesting. Not like anything that I'd usually stitch with, but yeah, it's like I said, it's a cute little fun stitch to do. So, and then I'm going to break this stitch up into portions. So in September, I think it's around like the 23rd or something like that, that is the first day of autumn. So I'm going to try to finish this in between now and the first day of autumn. And then I will stitch the autumn section here. And then I'll follow in with, you know, winter and so on and so forth. And then try to finish this in a year. Don't anybody hold me to that. Okay? Don't anybody quote me on that. Don't anybody come back at me a year from now and being like, you said you'd be done that by now. And then I'm not, because guess what? I know it's going to happen anyway. Because I just start all the things and then I can't stick to anything. Anyway. So, fun times. Alright, so the next WIP that I have today is my Canadian Beauty by Joan Elliott. Which is this lady? Now, she's only seen a little bit of work since my last video, but I'm going to have to back up for this one because I need this piece of Bristol board to hold her up because she's too big and, yeah. So, this is where I am on her now. So the last time you guys saw her, I did not have this bit stitched and I was working on the fox and I didn't have this red stitched. So she's coming along really nice. I'll just scroll her up again for you guys because she's just, like I said, she's so big. She's really beautiful. And this light is really kind of a pain in the butt, but it works. It works. She's really pretty. I love her. I just wish I was done her already. So yeah, I put a little bit of work on her. And she's really still going to be done as a gift. Alright. The next one, and I apologize for all the rustling. The next one is my Japanese Garden by Dimensions Gold Collections. I'm really sorry for the glare, guys. Just gotta deal with what I got. Because I tried to fix the lighting situation in this room like 1,000 times. And if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that lighting problems are like always a thing with me. Okay, and we'll use the Bristol board for this one as well. So this is where I am with that one. So as you can see, I filled in some of this. I've worked in along the tree. I've filled in a bit down here. So I've done some work on it, not a crazy amount, but it did get like an hour's worth of work at least since my WIP parade. And this Jack Skellington needle minder I made myself. So yeah, this one's coming along. It's all right. I'll let you guys in on my plan for how to tackle my stitching here in a moment. My goodness, go back in there. Thank you. And the next one is my Sailor Jupiter figure by Abby Sue Designs on Etsy. This is the companion, one of the companion pieces to my Sailor Venus figure. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of work on her, but I did get some finished, and that's where I am. So if you remember the last time I stitched this, I literally only had the green center part, and like this little bit of pink wasn't done, and neither was any of this green. So I literally had this little green part and then this half of her bow done. So I kind of stitched in here and then went this way. So Not a whole lot of time put on that one, but at least it's something. And then the last whip that I have, I think I'm actually going to leave that as my last whip, because I'm pretty sure that the other whip that I was going to show you guys that I've shown on my whip parade, and it hasn't had progress since then. I'm fairly sure. And if it has, well, okay. But you guys are going to get to see it again the next time it gets called out. So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I've worked on since my mid-year whip parade. And yeah, I've just kind of gotten a new idea. And some of it is it's kind of inspired by Jen from the Caffeinated Crusher. But not entirely, because she's got a big system and like, yeah, but it's kind of inspired by that. So, where she has all these projects and she pulls them out and she makes goals for each one. But for me, it's more going to be like, I pull a project, or I have the wheel spinning app on my phone. So it's going to be like, I spin the wheel, whatever project that it picks, I work on that project for 1 hour. And then when that hour is up, I put it away and work on something else for another hour. The only thing that is an exception to that rule is this Harry Potter piece. Now, the reason for that being is because I would like to finish this project before Kristen's birthday next year, which is in July. So I really would like to finish this in a year. And so when this gets pulled out and it says I'm to work on it, I'm going to put, you know, like 400 or 500 stitches on it instead of waiting and doing only an hour at a time, because I can't get that much done in an hour on a Heaven and Earth design. So, and because these are so much bigger, right? So that's going to be that. So all my other projects are going to get an hour, but the Heaven and Earth designs, this chart's going to get about 400 stitches. So depending on the area of the pattern, excuse me, depending on the area of the pattern, I can get like 200 or 300 stitches done in an hour. It just really depends, right? So like in this area here, it would be really easy to get 300 or 400 stitches because it's only like 4 or 5 colors. But in areas more like this, it's a little harder, right? So it just is gonna depend on what, you know, what happens with the calls and everything else like that. So yeah, I am pretty happy with the progress I've made despite what I've been dealing with for the last little while. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave it with you guys now, and I am going to introduce you now to our dog Ahsoka and give you a tour of my brand new office. Enjoy! Ahsoka, where do you think you're going? People of Flosstube want to see you. Why is the bath mat your favorite place to hang out? Oh, gross. My toilet is disgusting. Don't look at that, guys. Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Okay, anyways. This is Ahsoka. Hi, baby. What you doing? What you doing? Say hello to Flosstube. Hi, baby. Hello. Her little ears have decided that they don't want to stand up right now. One of them was standing up earlier, but it quickly decided that it didn't want to. Oh, you're so sleepy. My sleepy little babies. So when we adopted her from the shelter, they said that she was a husky cross. Yeah, we don't really think that, do we? No, not at all. You're just so sweet, aren't you? Yeah, baby. Yeah, you're a girl, aren't you? Anyways, this is Ahsoka. She's our baby, and we absolutely love her. And you guys will see more of her in future videos. Alright guys, you ready for the room tour? Let's do it! Alright, so first off we've got the stitching chair. The stitching chair is compliments of my great aunt who passed away last year and left it to me, which has a matching sofa that is upstairs in our living room. My few adorable little squishmallows that have been gifts from, pretty much from Kristen. Kristen's cat. River, you sleeping in the corner? Why are you sleeping in the corner? Because it's cozy. Anyway, she doesn't want to be on camera. Look at that. Alright. Anyways, and this closet. This is a lovely closet that houses our winter clothes. Our shoes. Some mess. That tub is my fabric for grime guards and things. These two tubs have WIPS in them that I'm not working on currently, and like unopened kits and things like that. My sewing machine is in there. Larry's sewing kit is in there. So that's pretty much all that's in that tiny little closet. And of course my ironing board. So yeah, there's not too much in there. This is my WIP. These are my WIP bins. So these are my untouched WIPs from my WIP parade, which I did, I guess in July, before we went to Ontario. So this is my WIP bin, and this is the other WIP bin, which is stuff I've worked on since my previous video. So these, I can just grab this bin and film, and then when I'm done filming, I can put everything back in this bin and start all over. So that's that, which I think is genius for someone disorganized like me. This table we got from IKEA. It has 3 drawers on this side, 3 drawers on that side, and currently inside is literally just all of our like tabletop card games and things like that. But this is going to be for using the sewing machine and for doing diamond painting or whatever, doing puzzles. Some of my Nightmare Before Christmas collection, and this globe lights up white or blue, which is pretty cool. My Nightmare Before Christmas collection of pop figures that I have on the top, and obviously the 2 down here just haven't really, there's no room for them right now, so I have to reevaluate that situation. This is Sailor Moon and my giant Sailor Jupiter that I stitched probably, I want to say 2016, 2017, maybe 2018, I don't know. It's been a while. So we just don't know what to do with them just yet, but they're hanging out in here. My PlayStation and my set of drawers that I got from Michael's. This is part of their like build a desk or build a station kind of set. I think IKEA sells something similar to this. I don't know. But this is like pens and highlighters and remotes for my desk and TV and things are in here. In here is just miscellaneous stitching stuff, like plastic baggies and felt and little baggies, and there's a frame in there for Mill Hill. My Rit dies, and there's a diamond painting in here, my light pad. And in here is just a bunch of like random fabric that I don't know what to do with. And in here is my hoops, Q-snaps, and grime guards. This is my Ott light, which I got a couple months ago, and I absolutely love. My current WIP that you guys will have seen in my WIP parade. And my desk. Of course, I have my lovely Scentsy, and I have my gummy bears, which should pretty much be the only snack that I can eat when I'm stitching, because, you know, can't have greasy fingers when you're stitching. And down in this corner, we have another cat. It's Faith. And that pink tote is the one I take to the library with me when I stitch with my friends. My printer and a bunch of magazines that I have to make working copies from. And some stuff, my stitching corner light, which you guys will have seen in my video. and this lovely setup, which is like just a menagerie of stuff because I only have limited space. But these are 2 puzzles that we're currently working on, and this is the tote for my Heaven and Earth that I've got in my laundry stand right now. My floss, my extra floss, and other stitching notions like my magnets for my needle minders and my specialty threads and things like that are all in that rainbow tote. And then all my stitching books and magazines and my Joan Elliott binder is there. And that's pretty much it. And this stand we got from IKEA as well. The cubicle and the stand that it's sitting on. And then the desk we got from Leon's. So, yeah. And this lovely gaming chair we got from a place called Giant Tiger. I'm pretty sure it's a Canadian store, so I don't think they have Giant Tiger anywhere else but here in Canada. I could be wrong, though. I don't know, but yeah. This is my space, and I love it. And this light that we have on the ceiling here, this beautiful light, we got that from Costco. But yeah, so that's my office. I love how it's coming along right now. It's not perfect by any means, but yeah, it's perfect for what I need it for, and that's really all that matters. And that cardigan, Kristen made for me in the colors of one of my favorite Pokemon, which is Sylveon, which is the pink and white one there that you see. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I hope I'm not making anybody sick. Oh god. Didn't mean to like spin you around in circles. I'm so sorry. Hopefully nobody gets motion sickness. But yeah, it's perfect for what I need it for, and it, you know, embodies me. You know, it shows a lot about who I am as a person in here, and it's just my happy space. So I'm really happy to have it done, and you know, that I'm able to use it again. So alright, that's going to be it from me, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope that if you haven't already, that you like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.